Hello, hi, I'm Steve Creer of Indigenous Product. I'm the MB located locally here in the Oak Cliff area. And of course, we bring to you the amazing electromagnetic minerals, the Ionic Plus, the Zinc Plus, the Copper Plus, and the age-wondering Forever Young. And you know, I know it's been a little while since we did a new show, and most of you, if you've heard some of the shows that we've done in the past, Indigenous Product and the product line that we have is specifically designed for the genetics of highly melanated people. And that includes African American people, because you know, in the medical industry, a lot of times, we are just not a priority. We're not. We're leading in the area of diabetes, lupus, cancer, Crohn's disease, heart disease. And the thing is, here we are now in the 21st century, 2015, and don't you ask yourself sometime the question, why do they not have a cure for anything? And I never tell anybody not to go to their doctors or not to listen to their doctors, but you got to start listening to you too. And of course, one of the things you've got to take into consideration is that your health matters and your quality of life matters. And if you're in a situation where you are constantly taking medications, but you know you're not getting any better, it's probably time to give us a call at Indigenous Product. And as I indicated before, we're centrally located here in the Oak Cliff area, and we've been here for years. And we've had the blessed opportunity to work with so many people in the community. Individuals like Dr. Freddie Haynes, which is a good friend of mine, an individual that I respect and love deeply. I've worked with Millie Jackson, Erykah Badu, and just individuals that have been on the product and have seen incredible results. We work with individuals like Esther Davis, very good friend of mine, and I recommend everybody see the Esther Davis shows. But when it comes down to this line of product, we make it a point to cater to you and your needs, because if you're dealing with diabetes, in the eyes of the medical community, you are a blank check. And I've explained that on some of the other shows, because what happens is the beta cells are not doing what they need to do in the pancreas, and the body literally begins to starve to death systematically and slowly. But there are things that exist in this world that can give you a better quality of life. But you know something I'd like to do? You've got our website, and I think you see it, indigenousproduct.com. You can go and listen to some of the other shows that I've did in the past. But I love having live testimonies. And today I've got a good friend and brother that played with the Minnesota Vikings. And I know you got some Cowboy fans out there. We know who you are, but I'm a fan of this gentleman because he's probably one of the most honorable individuals I know. And I can honestly tell you, he's an individual, and this is his ball. This is Mr. Talance Sawyer, who played at the Minnesota Vikings. And, you know, my job as an MB is to knock sickness out of your body, but his job when he was playing with the Minnesota Vikings was just to knock you out, period. So, anyway, I'd like to introduce Mr. Talance Sawyer, very good friend of mine, former NFL pro football player and star, Mr. Talance Sawyer. And he'll tell you a little bit about the Indigenous Product, and we'll talk about it while we're here on the air. So
definitely, I appreciate it, Brother Chris.
Oh, yes, sir. Good to have you. Good to have you.
As Mr. Chris said, I'm a former NFL football player. Played 5 years with the Minnesota Vikings. Really got a chance to see things on a higher level, and went through multiple injuries myself. Matter of fact, a knee injury ended my career. And I had an opportunity to go back, but with that being said, I began to think about my long-term health. And as I studied more and acquired more, I got into more holistic medicine and got away from the traditional things that we would take for pain or whatever the case may be. And when I arrived here in Dallas, moved to Dallas back in 2006, I met this great brother here through another brother, and I realized what he was doing was right in line with my thinking. Got a chance to experience his products when I had colds or maybe was dealing with some things as far as arthritis or pain from old injuries. And through my experience with these products, it really helped me alleviate a lot of the issues that I was having, as I said, starting with arthritis and just nagging pains just from, you know, uncovered injuries, that trauma that my body went through when I was playing ball. but some of the amazing stories that I got a chance to really witness that I'm here to testify about. We had an older lady, she was about 60 years old at the time, and she was dealing with something along the line of a serious virus or bacteria that the doctors really couldn't put their hand on, and she was literally in the hospital fighting for her life. And we was able to get her some of this ionic, actually a strong version called 50P, and we was able to get that to her, and within a amount of days, she was up and walking. The virus had diminished tremendously, and she was able to leave out of the hospital without any type of major operations, and she still talk about it to this day on what the ionic product did for her. Another situation, I had my sister-in-law. She had just had a newborn baby, and she was in the hospital. She had obtained some type of bacteria, strong bacteria, while she was in the hospital, and she couldn't shake it. And the doctors was giving her antibiotics. They was really trying to pump her up with certain medications to eradicate what she was dealing with, and nothing would help. We was able to do the same thing with her, get her some of this product, which is the ionic 50P, and within a matter of days, she was doing so much better, and I think within about 4 or 5 days, she was out of the hospital, virus and bacteria was gone, and living life normal. So I have seen this work so many times, on and off, just amazing products. You know, I have learned when you get a body what it needs, it will really take care of itself, it will heal itself, and those are pretty much my testimony. I'm going to be a lifetime client, lifetime person on this product. I just can't see myself or my family without this product. That's how much I believe in it. I want to thank Mr. Creer for introducing me to this product, and you know, I'm forever indebted to him for that reason.
You know, that's amazing. For those of you out there that have heard what Mr. Sawyer said, that's amazing. But you have to think about this, go a little deeper. What is it that could have brought forth some sort of infection, a syndrome X, airborne strep, and she's in the hospital now. They've got all the antibiotics, but why is it the hospital and the doctors weren't able to knock this infection out? It could have been Margalis. Margalis disease is one of those things that most people know nothing about. But I tell you, as an MB, I get into those hidden things that most doctors miss. But the unique thing about what Mr. Sawyer is saying, he's basically explaining about 4 bottles of 50P that he took in, and they got it to her, and it knocked that infection out in the length of time that he indicated. And I'm going to share something else with you. As strong as these products are, they are absolutely 100% natural, chemical-free, and children, and when I say children, I'm talking 1 year old, 6 months old, 3 months old, can take these products. And people ask, well, how can they take it? Because these are not synthetic allopathic medications. They are not narcotics or toxic medications. They are natural. And if you believe, as I do, in creation, you know that these bodies were created from the earth. And because they were created from the earth, it only stands to reason that putting into the body things that come from the earth in a body that comes from the earth. And see, that's where you can actually get your true healing. When you basically go back to the things that gave you the tremendous health that you once have. Listen, Ionic Plus, Zinc Plus, Copper Plus, Gold Plus, and the amazing Forever Young, which is an anti-aging wonder, all come from the minerals of the earth. Have you ever seen athletes that's on the basketball court or the football field just collapse? And they rush them to get minerals and supplements into their bodies in order to regenerate and recalibrate the cell structures inside of the body. That's because the minerals are depleted. But just like Mr. Sawyer was saying, once you put these electromagnetic minerals in your system, the probabilities, such as copper, say for instance you're dealing with strokes and things of that nature. It is almost impossible to have strokes, aneurysms, and things of that nature once copper is moving through the body. I've said it on some of the shows that you can look at on the website, indigenousproduct.com. But copper gets into the body and it eradicates any hydrogenated plaque, any kind of buildup in the capillaries and blood vessels, and it tightens the skin. That's right, ladies, gets rid of those varicose veins. And my good friend Esther Davis will tell you in a minute, it'll turn that hair back black. And that's only because that does work that way. And that's one of the benefits that comes along with it. But I say this with a smile. You can take charge of your health, and you can do it naturally. And of course, you can always give us a call at the office. That number is 972-277-7588. 972-277-7588. Because one thing about it, we're here in the community that needs us the most. I've been asked many times, why don't you move over to Plano? Why don't you go to Highland Park? Why don't you go to Frisco? Because I'm not needed there. I'm needed here in the community with the people who need me the most. And I can honestly say that having individuals that we've helped with diabetes, lupus, cancer, Crohn's disease, things that modern science considers incurable. But I always say, there are no incurable diseases, only incurable states of mind. Don't let your mind be locked down with sickness.
Appreciate you having us.
Appreciate having you, Miss Soy. And thank you for those amazing stories.
Anytime, anytime.
Alrighty. Hi, I'm Steve Creer with Indigenous Product. One of the things that I think we had said on some previous shows that we also carry a nebulizer. I'll tell you a little bit about that nebulizer. The brand that we carry is the Omron. And we got a booklet, we've got another type in there, but we actually start carrying this particular type, the Omron, because it's a little stronger, a little bit more pressure, and it comes with a 50p electromagnetic mineral. And when I talk about the 50p electromagnetic mineral, one of the things that this works real good against is asthma, and say for instance you having some sort of respiratory type or lung cancer or something along that line. We have found that using the 50p in these nebulizers has a unique delivery system. And I'll explain to you what I mean about that. The 50p probably has somewhere in the neighborhood 2 to 3 billion electromagnetic charged particles. And the particle sizes are smaller than a micron. And it can actually get up into the infected area in the lungs. And it delivers a soothing blow of 50p electromagnetic mineral. And the only thing that I can say about this, if you're dealing with asthma, and it's safe for children too, because a lot of times we'll give our children albuterol and things of that nature, but have you ever looked at the side effects? And a lot of people are unaware, and I've said it before on previous shows, that if you're dealing with asthma, that is an amoeba. That is a parasite that's living in your child's lungs or living in your lungs. And that parasite causes the problems that you're having in the area of respiratory distress. And I highly recommend that if you try the nebulizer with Indigenous Product with the 50p, you'll get some pretty amazing results. And sarcoidosis is one of those diseases inside of the lungs that we've had some clients that started using the 50p and had some amazing results. So whether it's lung cancer, asthma, sarcoidosis, or some sort of other respiratory type problem, I highly recommend the Indigenous Product nebulizers with the 50p that comes along with the purchase of the nebulizer. I think you will find that going the natural way, the chemical-free way, but a way that regenerates the cells on a cellular level is actually the safest way you want to go, because this is your life. And you know, I tell you, I got to put this other little point in. A lot of times I talk to a lot of different people about their health, and in talking to people about their health, it's your choice. It's your choice as to what you're going to do when it comes down to your life and when it comes down to your health. You've got to take this into consideration. If you've been on medications for years after year after year and you're not getting any better, I'll never tell you to do opposite of what the doctor tells you to do. But I will tell you, as a conscious living soul and human being of intelligence, you know if you're not getting better, you know you need to do something else. Because we are living in an industry where you, as a person that's dealing with some sort of disease or ailment, you are, in the eyes of some people, just a means of income. But it has to become more than just a means of income. A lot of times with doctors here, especially in the United States of America, they practice medicine. I'll tell anybody, if you want to go to practice direction, that's fine. But at some point, you ought to really want to get better. And practice is just not good enough. Listen, do the intelligent thing. Start researching. Get one of our books here at Indigenous Product. That's available to you at no cost. But at the same time, though, you can get educated on what you need to do to deal with your arthritis or to deal with any type of degenerate disease that's moving through your body or the body of your children. Listen, I always say it all the time. You don't have to be a statistic unless you absolutely want to be. I always say there are no incurable diseases, only incurable states of mind. Hi, I'm Steve Creer with Indigenous Product. I'm the MB with Indigenous Product. I want to talk to you a little bit about our website here. And you can see some of the lines of products that we carry there. We've got the Ionic Plus, the Copper Plus, the Gold Plus, the Zinc Plus, and the Forever Young, which is an anti-aging wonder. And of course, as we move down the screen, you can see some of the shows that I did, Black Wall Street 2.0. These were really some good shows, and you can go on the website and you can actually check it out and see some of the things that I've talked about just over the years, because Indigenous Product, we've been in the community for a lot of years, and I'm proud to say we've had the opportunity to, like to say, we've changed lives, saved lives, and made lives of so many different people. Let's just put it like this, the quality of life got better. A little bit more information. It talks about the electromagnetic minerals and how they work. And there's some contact information, as you can see right there, where our office is located right here in the beautiful Oak Cliff area at 4347 Southampton Road, Suite 130. That's Dallas, Texas 75232. And if you go by there, you can meet my secretary, Pam. You know, tell her hello and everything. She'd be more than happy to accommodate you. And of course, you know, we ship any and every place in this country. But at the same time, you want to just stop by locally and pick up something, you can do that too. And there's the phone number right there, 972-277-7588. That's 972-277-7588. That's our number. Call anytime. We'd love to talk to you. And if you'd like to order the products online, you can also do that too. You can look at the different prices there, and you can, you know, go back up and research the products a little bit. Because remember, we specialize in the genetics of the African American community. Now, these products are capable of helping any ethnic group, but let's just put it like this right here. And minerals work good in highly melanated people because of the melanocyte cells. And as we move on down, you can see here a little bit about the products. You can see the prices, and kind of gives you an idea of what the different products do. But again, you can get a booklet, and it gets a little bit more detailed in terms of what these products do. And of course, you can go to our website, and that website is indigenousproduct.com. That's indigenousproduct.com, without the S.com. And I think I showed you earlier the nebulizer that we have. We've got a different type of nebulizer from Omron. But the beautiful thing is, these products are here. They help, and they detoxify the body. The electromagnetic gold and copper work in the area of, a lot of times if you found yourself with water retention and unnatural weight gain, well, these products have the ability to change your appetite. Well, you don't need as much food, but at the same time, though, they have the ability to move so many different types of parasitic infections and free radicals out of the body naturally. And I highly recommend the full mineral therapy program. I recommend that to everybody, and that includes the Ionic Plus, Zinc Plus, Copper Plus, and Gold Plus. And all I can say is go to the website, do your research. It's your life, and we definitely want to help you make that life better. Indigenousproduct.com. Hi, I'm Steve Creer, the MB with Indigenous Product. You know, we're here to talk about something that is dear to my heart, but at the same time sad to my heart. It has to do with a veteran by the name of Charles Wilson Haynes. This is his website, as you can see. It's www.supportveteranscwh.com. And you can see up here, you can go to the website, read his affidavits, his testimonial, how the VA administration falsified documents in his name, said that they were paying him. He never received a penny for bilateral hearing loss, and how the United States Air Force Reserve is also doing him the same way. This is a gentleman who went into the United States military in July 1st, 1943. And of course you can click on and hear his whole story. It's just very sad. And we here at Indigenous Product, we've done everything we can to try to get this story out. How this individual went into the United States Navy and went into the Army and the Air Force, served for 23 plus years, almost 24 years. And this is an individual who's fighting basically for his rights, Charles Wilson Haynes. And you talk about an individual who has been mistreated by the armed forces. And we are here at Indigenous Product ashamed of how the Veteran Administration and the United States Air Force Reserve has treated this great veteran. Because, you know, wonderful old man, 95 years of age, and they've tried to say all kind of negative and derogatory things about him, but here he is signing his name on a document and basically indicating who he wanted to be his representative and who he wanted to be his fiduciary. And of course, you can click on the video and you can see it. And you can see, again, this is Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson. What an asset to our community. She gave Mr. Haynes and a total of 3 veterans awards. And that took place on the 14th of November. What a great day for Mr. Haynes to receive an award. We're asking the community to please support this veteran in his fight against the injustice of the Veteran Administration and how they treated him, how they falsified documents, and how the United States Air Force Reserve, I just can't get over the fact that they're not even wanting to give him his retirement after 34 years. It's just incredible. You just click on and read the affidavits and look. But if you'd like to donate and support him in his fight against this injustice, please, we welcome you in each and every way that you can to support this great veteran, Charles Wilson Haynes, and help him fight against the injustice. And go on the website, again, that's www.supportveteranscwh.com. Charles Wilson Haynes, a national treasure, he is. And let's just show the Veteran Administration and show the Air Force Reserve that his life does matter. Because if they're doing it to a 95-year-old World War II veteran, they're doing it to veterans all over the country. And we here at Indigenous Product, we won't tolerate that. We stand with our veterans, because without them, there couldn't be an Indigenous Product or any of the businesses that so many of us enjoy. Thank you. Support our veterans. Hi, I'm Steve Creer with Indigenous Product. I'm the MB that's been here locally in the community for years. We just would like to thank you for watching Indigenous Product Health Talk. And tell your friends, pass on this great information. Listen, it's about you and your life, about your quality of life, and all we want to do is to be a part of it. Pass this information on, and let's see if we can't get that health back naturally, chemically free, and let's stop being statistics. Let's get that health back, because believe me, that health is your wealth.